eventually I decided to click on start streaming. This is the let's see, official first stream that I think ever did. It's yeah, you know, a lot of stuff has been going on through my head in the past couple of days, and yeah, I finally decided to just go live and see what happens. I think the agenda for today, which I wanted to go through, is step one. I actually want to define what's the game plan with this channel, and what are my ideas, what I actually want to do, and what are my ambitions for this. And then maybe in the second half, I'm actually considering going and playing something. I'm not sure exactly what, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, I have some ideas. Maybe someone actually joins the chat and we can make a decision together. Who knows? Cool. But to begin with, let me just quickly switch here. So this is something which I'm planning to do a lot. To do these, let's say, type of drawing sessions in which we can brainstorm and discuss together. It's a way in which I like to think, just by, you know, creating a canvas and just by drawing my ideas and thinking out loud. So I think I'm just gonna name this game plan for streaming. Game plan for streaming. I'm just gonna switch to canvas, and yeah, I think we can start defining together what exactly I want to achieve. Like, what's overall direction. I think, to begin with, I think one of the things which actually motivates me to do this is there's something about live production which makes me feel excited. I don't know. It's a sort of adrenaline, I guess, which makes me feel fuzzy in a good way, I would say. That's point number one to begin with. Then point number two, what I actually like. So I'm just gonna take some notes. Let's just do it like this. So why do I want to do this? Let me just zoom in. Why do I want to do this? I'm just gonna center this, and then, so I think point number one is I feel excitement around streaming and being live. I would say it's a positive fuzzy feeling. I know that's funny, but so that's point number one. Why do I want to do this? Point number one. Well, obviously I'm gonna start with more intrinsic stuff, and then maybe I can also switch into more non-selfish motivations and stuff like that. But to begin with, I think I want to begin with some intrinsic motivation, mostly. So I think this is point number one. As I said, there's a sort of excitement which I think I'll enjoy to begin with. Then let's see, point number two. So why I want to do this? I think the types of live streaming sessions are going to help me improve, let's say, can I say public speaking? Is it public speaking? Yes. So improve public speaking. I'll say connection with the camera. I'm not used to having a camera in front of my face. in these types of environments. Okay, I'm usually doing a lot of meetings on a weekly basis. So I'm used to having like a webcam in front of me, but not this type of live setup and so on, in which, at least for now, I'm just talking to myself. But yeah, improve public speaking, connection with camera, and I think I'm gonna create a new point here. I think streaming as a whole also helps you a lot with improvising. So I'm just gonna say improv skills, because I'm the type of person which thinks about the narrative and thinks a lot about things that he wants to do. But then I'm not sure why, but when you actually go ahead and click on start streaming, there are things which kind of get erased from your head. It's interesting, but I think, long story short, this is something that I actually want to improve. Improv skills. Let me just bring here a mention in intrinsic motivation. Then I also have some other types of curiosities that I want to explore during streaming. And I think point number one is I like games. There are some elements about games that make me feel curious. For example, and I think this is going to be one of the main topics which we'll probably cover, which is I'm just gonna type out the educational value of games. Maybe I can do like a quick list. Yeah, there we go. So I like games. There are some elements about games that make me feel curious. Yeah, well, not the best phrasing, but you guys get the idea. So the educational value of games, and to give you an example, I don't know. Let's say you play something popular, League of Legends, or I don't know, Counter-Strike, or something else. The curiosity which I feel intrinsically is, do you actually learn something by playing? Like, first of all, what skills do you need to actually be good at the game? I think I'm gonna type that down. Or what skills do you need? Oops, let me make this medium. What skills do you need to become good at a specific game? That's point number one, which, yeah, it's something that I don't know, it feels intriguing somehow. So what skills do you need to become good at a specific game? That's point one. Point number two. Do you actually learn something by playing the game? And I want to expand on this idea. I'm looking towards finding answers related to something like, if I play this game good, does that translate into I'm good at something else in real life? That'll be one of the questions which I'm super curious to discover. Like, as I said, from an educational perspective, is like, do do the skills which you get in, I don't know, something simple, League of Legends, do they translate somehow into skills that you have in real life? That's something which I would like to discover, honestly. Okay, so I expanded that point, and I said educational value of games. Okay. Nice. Cool. Why do I want to do this? And I'll just, I'm trying to be authentic. I'm trying to be honest. I like the idea of a community and building one from scratch. This is one of the points. Actually attempting to build something from scratch, like to bring people together which have like the same values, I don't know, same principles, etc. That's something which I'm also looking forward to. I know it's quite difficult, and the type of community which I imagine. I'm just gonna type this down. I like games, and I think there are a lot of gamers out there who just play for the sake of gaming. I think I'm looking to find some people which show some critical thinking around games. Like they don't play games just for the sake of spamming some buttons, Yeah, I think at this point in time, it's the best way I can actually define it. So I will think about this more, but currently I think this is the best way that I can actually phrase it. Cool. Any other motivation? I mean, look, as I said, I'm just gonna be honest. I think there's a genuine connection between games and education. Even, let's say, outside of the PC world. Like, I don't know, there's something about games. I'm just gonna type that down. There is something about games which how to phrase this? What I want to say is, I think games are a really good way for people to basically let their guard down and to show their real face, especially in situations in which they feel pressure, I would say. I'm just gonna say this. Games tend to make people let their guards down, which can be a good indicator for who they are, and which can be a good indicator for who they are, and it can be an opportunity to learn more about themselves, and learn new skills. I know it's I have an idea in mind, but I feel that I have to create a pre-context before it actually makes sense. So I'm just gonna keep it like this. I'll probably expand it in the future, but I think for the moment I just want to, put some thoughts on paper mostly. As I said in the beginning of the stream, I feel that in the in the past couple of days, I have a lot of thoughts going through my head. I'm using this initial session just to finally put something down on paper and, basically just putting my trail of thoughts onto something, because I didn't have I wasn't able to find the good energy to actually put it down in the past couple of days, which made me unable to do anything else. It was like a paralysis. I don't know what's the actual definition, but something in that direction. Anyways, coming back to this, I think this I went a bit into too much complexity, but it's something that it was stuck in my head. So intrinsic motivation. I think I'm just gonna let this crystallize a bit, and I think I want to go into the next direction, like what type of content do I want to do, including let's say Twitch and other platforms. So type of content, and I think I was able to cover this a tiny bit. I actually want to answer to these questions somehow. I haven't mentioned it in the beginning. I'm currently attempting to finish a PhD, which I was forced to answer to a lot of similar questions similar to these. I'll probably go into details into in future live streams and so on. But until then, what type of content do I want to do? Skip. I think if I'm able to be as I don't need to go into details. I think I just want to point some, as I said, some main ideas. And I think point number one would be, what type of content do I want to do? Entertainment content. So I would say a combination between education and entertainment. I don't want to be the usual streamer in terms of just playing a game for the sake of playing it. Like, just some ideas that I have in my head currently. I want to engage as much as possible with my audience. Like, I really want to create these let's say interactive streaming, such as, I don't know, playing games with my followers, subscribers. That'll be fun. Then also in this idea of engaging with the audience as much as possible, asking a lot of open questions with the chat, like inviting people to a conversation. And a lot of other streamers also do this, honestly. What I'm attempting to do is to ask, okay, open conversations, open-ended questions, maybe yes/no questions. Let's say, I'm just gonna phrase this: I want to pick their brain while they watch me on stream. Like, I want to see some critical thinking. I want to see some, people engaging in a smart conversation. I think that's it. let's say, engage in a smart conversation. Yeah. I think that's a good way to phrase it. So what type of content? I'll probably see some connections between all of these stuff. I'm just going to place this one here. I'm just going to maybe create something like this. And then, yeah. There you go. Cool. I'm going to push this one here, push this one here. Maybe I can go into a bit of more details. And yeah, let me think. So I kind of said playing games with followers, subscribers. I see myself playing games myself, sure. But as I said, not just for the sake of playing, but for the sake of attempting to answer interesting questions. Like, I would say analysis of games from a critical perspective. Yep, I would like to do that. I think it'd be fun. So analysis of games from a critical perspective. As I said, maybe attempting to answer these types of questions, which I mentioned before, such as what skills do you need to become good at a specific game? Then this question is a question which I like a lot. So do you actually learn something by playing the game? Yeah, so I'm just going to paste this one here. I'm just going to paste this one here. And I think I'm going to expand on this idea. So if I play, do you actually learn something by playing the game? Also, I think connects with the idea of if I play this game good, does this translate into I'm good at something else in real life / other similar type of games? Something like that. I think it's an interesting question. I think I would like to explore this this direction, to be honest. So playing games myself, yup. I'm also planning to do maybe some doing some interviews with other gamers, pros and amateurs. Yeah, definitely. I think it's a similar attempt to answer these questions. So these two. Yeah, like doing some interviews with other gamers. Again, to maybe answer some of these questions. I think that'll be interesting. Maybe I can also do like some behind the scenes with me. I don't know. I'm currently thinking whether I should use the same YouTube channel versus using a different one. I'm not sure. I will figure that out eventually. Okay. I'm just gonna place these up. Nice. Okay. I think I like this direction. It resonates with me a lot. Let me think what else. So I said edutainment content. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make this super serious. I mean, if I'm able to do like a good mix of, hey, this is funny, but this is also educational, I think I'd be really happy about it. I think that's the direction, hopefully, in which I want to go. And maybe just as a side note, these points here, I think I think initially it's going to be a pretty naive direction. I'm just going to use a lot of intuition in attempting to answer these questions. But I think with time, I actually want to bring a lot of more science research into the picture. So I think I should type this down. So naive first, and then research after. Maybe I can define this as, I don't know, overall approach. Yeah, so naive first, research after. And as I said, if I can make it as interactive as possible with other people in the chat, I think that's the ideal direction in which I want to go. Okay. So this, I think, answers the question of what type of content do I want to do. Oh, there's something else which I was thinking about. Learning new games. And this can include like computer games, console games, tabletop games, right? I think that would be funny. So I'm planning actually to do both. I'm just going to do like this. I'm planning to do a combination of streaming while learning. That would be fun. But also like do some, let's say, long form video. So long form video for other platforms. Yep, I would like to do that. So learning new games. And I'm just going to say, and document the process. Yep. I was thinking about this idea a lot. But it's good that at least now I have it on paper somehow. So I'm just going to place this up. So streaming while learning and also long form video. And I'm thinking almost like once I do this, I'm also considering, let me type this down. I'm also considering stuff like, I don't know, working with coaches. What else? I think this was the only idea that I had in my head. So working with coaches in terms of, I don't know. I like this interaction between someone which is a total beginner and someone who is really good at the game and, you know, learning from the best. I think I would like to document the process. I think it would be fun. Cool. Okay, so what type of content do I want to do, including Twitch and other platforms? Nice. Overall approach, naive first, research after. And yeah, I mean, the overall approach with this point of research, I think also goes in hand in hand with what I want to do with my PhD. Because as I said, I think a lot of questions from here will also help me, hopefully, somehow. Yeah, because I'm also planning like behind the scenes in terms of, just gonna place this here. Document the PhD journey, or my PhD journey. Well, I mean, it's close to the end. It's not like I'm at the very beginning of it, but at least to document the endpoints. Yeah. Cool. What type of content do I want to do? I think this kind of answers the question for the moment. Mostly. At least, as I said, I'm just attempting to do a bit of quiet in my head. So what do I want to do this intrinsically. Yeah, I think this covers. What type of content do I want to do? Yup, I think this covers as well. Let me think. Is there anything else which I think is valuable for me to do? Yeah, I was thinking maybe to insist a bit more on playing games, because honestly, a lot of people on Twitch either, think about stuff or comment about stuff. I think I'm open to a lot of games. I'm just gonna focus on games now. What type of games are you planning to stream or discuss about? Question mark, because that's also a question. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with I have played some games. I wouldn't say I'm an expert at playing games, not at all actually. But I'm planning to play some games which I used to play. I'm a huge Nintendo fan to begin with. I like Nintendo games. So I'm planning to do a lot of stuff on this, like playing games on Switch, Game Boy Advanced, stuff like that. I wouldn't see myself as a person who will only stream one specific game. I think I'm just gonna move around into different types of games. So yeah, that's one. What other games I used to play in the past? I'm a huge fan of StarCraft. I will play. I see myself playing again, but I see myself playing, as I said, through the lenses of, is this educational? Do you actually learn something? Does the skills in this game transcend the game? And, is there a good association with actual skills in real life? So I see myself playing, I think I'm just gonna say Blizzard related games. I've been a huge fan, including, for example, also the TCG. I'm not sure if you guys know, there has been a TCG before Hearthstone was launched. Maybe we can do some content around that as well. So I will definitely play some Blizzard related games. Sure, why not? What else? I see myself playing tabletop games. Definitely. I'm again a huge fan. I think it's a really good recreational activity, like to go into a TCG shop and play some board games, play some card games, whatever. I think it's great for socializing. I think it's great for disconnecting from your day-to-day activities, and I think it actually teaches you something as well. So I see myself playing some of these. Why not? And I think I will be more than open to play whatever the chat wants me to play. Yeah, honestly, okay, I did play, for example, a bit of League of Legends. I know it's something that a lot of players play a lot. Sure, why not? I mean, I'm open to do these types of analysis, like to do this type of analysis on any type of game. Honestly, any type of game. Maybe we can actually do maybe apart from this perspective, maybe we can just do as I said, I'm not necessarily an expert, but maybe I can just give my give honest opinion on the game. Like it doesn't have to be super rocket science, I guess. Just, you know, uh play from the beginning, give honest opinion on the game, and yeah, opinion slash review, let's say. Awesome. Okay, so I think this is a good direction. What types of games are you planning to stream talk about? Gave a bit of examples. I'm not entirely sure. As I said, I think I'm just gonna adjust, and I think time will tell to see exactly what I like, what I don't like, and whatever. Cool. What I'm also thinking about is what type of content do I want to do? I'm also thinking about like content specific for my subscribers slash followers. Maybe specific stuff on my future Discord server. Sure, could be an idea. I'd be more than happy to do stuff like that. Oh, maybe there's something which I missed, such as maybe collabs with other creators. I think that's gonna be critical. I'm just gonna bold this idea. Yeah, because I think it's gonna be critical to actually do it. If I want to grow this this channel, just collabs. Just gonna place this like social events with other creators. Yep, definitely. Cool. What type of games? I think I answered mostly. At least, place some ideas on paper. Overall approach, I'm happy with that. What type of content? Yep, I think I nailed that one down. Why do I want to do this intrinsically? Yeah, I think that's good. Maybe what I'm thinking is, I think I want to answer this question, like, why do I want to do this from a extrinsic? Does this exist? Yeah, extrinsic. Not forming part. Yeah, like how I see it is like a outside motivation. Nah, that sounds strange. Motivation towards others. There you go. That's much better. So motivation towards others. And I think I'm just gonna begin with attempt to offer like a different type of approach when it comes to games. As I said, I saw a lot of people playing the game just for the sake of playing the game. I want to be a bit more thoughtful when it comes to games, because as I said, I think they have an educational value when they're being played more consciously, I think. So attempt to offer, let's say, the audience a different type of approach when it comes to games. Yep. Um, I think I can help people with giving a lot of educational insights, and I think I have a fresh perspective on what I'll talk about, or at least I'm hoping. That's my initial line of thinking. I'm hoping I can come up with some unique perspectives, some unique approaches, and so on and so forth. Of course, the question is going to be if my approach is it will be accepted by the community, because as I said, I'm not professional in doing content creation. I'm not professional in doing streaming, obviously, as you guys can see. So I don't know the community that good, but I'm hoping that my ideas and the overall direction in which I want to go is something that people will resonate with. That's what I hope. It's a hypothesis which obviously I need to confirm, but at least I have a starting point. And for me already, it's a good achievement that I managed to finally play and press on start streaming. So this is already a really good step forward, I would say. So I think I can help people with give a lot of educational insights. Yep, sure. I'm just gonna say, I think I can do a unique mix of how do you say, of education and entertainment into the picture. Yep. I mean, I like to think about myself that I can be funny if I am next to the right people. So hopefully at one point in time, I actually have people watching these and people in the chat. Because as I said, I do want to make these as interactive as possible. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. Cool. I think I can do a unique mix of education and entertainment. Can bring a unique mix of education and entertainment into the picture. Yep. This is something that I think it makes sense. Let me think about others. I think so. Honestly, like my background is just gonna say my background is in IT consultancy, and I'm just gonna say academic stuff. Maybe I can support people that have related questions, like I don't know, questions in the domain of consultancy. Maybe there are people which I don't know, want to proceed in this domain or have any curiosities about the domain, whatever. Or when it comes to like formal education, university and stuff like that. I do have some experience, at least in the EU. Obviously, I haven't studied in the US, but maybe people will have some questions. Maybe we can do some Q&A sessions in the future. I'll be really happy to do that. I think it would be really fun to do something related to that. Okay. Yeah, I think that kind of covers what I had in mind. So why do I actually want to do this? In terms of, helping others and so on and so forth. I think one of the last ideas that I want to place here is creating a including community for people that, are open to learn new stuff, games and other things, such as, I don't know, cooking, drawing, whatever. Maybe, as I said, we can bring in together people which are genuinely passionate about learning new stuff. And of course, people which, let's say, people that want to learn new stuff in a fun way. Yeah, I think that covers it. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, so I think this is the main game plan. I did something a couple of days before in which I'm thinking about, creating these live streams, creating, an engaged community and so on. But also, from what I read, it's also super important to diversify a bit and also attempt to post as much as possible onto other platforms, like short clips and so on and so forth. So I'm also thinking about that, like to use the content that I'm putting in these streams, to cut them, and to be able to do also some short form content, maybe some also long form content. But we'll see. Yeah, but I think this covers it. I don't want to force it too much. I think these were one of the main ideas, one of the main series of ideas that I had, and motivation and so on. So I think this concludes the first part of the session. I'm quite happy that I was finally able to put some thoughts on paper, which is good. And what I'm thinking about now is maybe we can actually jump into a game and attempt to do like a super basic analysis.